First episode begins with June. After going on the run, she hopes to finally escape the shadow of Gilead. However, she just lost her husband, and her friends remain in Canada while she boards a train to Alaska. However, she finds herself face to face with the woman who helped facilitate the movement behind Gilead, with Serena Joy staring at her. How she handles the next few days will determine her future. June and Serena ride on the train west together. June takes care of both babies, Noah and Nicole, while Serena uses the restroom, but June returns shortly after. June admits that she was run over by Gilead the day before, but she does not want Serena's help. When she relents, June falls asleep and struggles to find Serena with Nicole. Even when she does, June remains distrustful of Serena. Regardless of trust, Serena fetches a doctor to care for June's wounds. Nick gets brought back to his home in handcuffs, where Rose, his wife, watches him from the porch. She returns inside, and the High Commander comes out to talk with Nick. He reminds the young commander that there is still time for him to reconcile with his daughter. He leaves to catch the other commanders on a golf course. June returns from calling Moira and reveals that Luke has been arrested and sent to jail. The train will not go to Vancouver because the Canadian authorities will be overrun with more refugees. Serena knows that she cannot make up for what came before, but she owes June for everything. Moira speaks with Mark Tuello about Luke's arrest, but Mark has bad news. To normalize relations with Gilead, the Canadian government may need to stop helping what remains of the United States government. They'll need old Americans to step in to help disrupt Gilead, and Moira volunteers to help. June and Serena speak with other women about their experiences in Gilead. June tells the group about Hannah, making Serena listen to the story for the first time. Other women speak about working at Jezebel's and the beatings they received from men. The doctor who treated June pulls her aside, ostensibly to check her sutures, but really to whisper her that Serena is a war criminal traveling under false papers, and an official is on the way to come get her. "Just promise me that we will keep her baby safe," June says back evenly, but the doctor doesn't answer. Instead, he asks Serena if he can look at Noah, and as he examines the boy, he calmly lets Mrs. Waterford know that he recognizes her from when she and Fred visited the Gilead Fertility Center where he worked. He eventually hands the baby back to Serena, but not before outing her to the entire car. The women, understandably, get angry. June tries to de-escalate the situation by telling everyone that police are on their way to arrest Serena, which terrifies the new mom. "If I am arrested in Canada, they will give Noah back to the Wheelers, and I will never see him again. June, please help me," she pleads. So June does step in, which Serena sees as her cue to start spouting off about how before Gilead, America was full of whores. Unsurprisingly, Serena does not shut up, going on about how the refugees' missing children weren't taken, but saved. Things don't get any better when the police officer finally arrives, examines Serena's papers, and determines that they're legit, leaving her to the whim of the increasingly violent assembly. June steps in once more and begs the man to arrest Serena, knowing that doing so will keep her and Noah safe. But he won't because his wife was sent to the colonies and his son died, and he wants Serena to receive every single molecule of bad stuff coming her way. The doctor helps clear the children from the car, and then the vengeance-seeking crowd descends upon Serena, who still got Noah strapped to her chest in a carrier. That doesn't get in the way of their shoving her around, and when June realizes that she can't stop what's about to happen, she begs Serena to hand her the infant. But the stubborn commander's widow won't, so June does the only thing she can think of. She pulls the emergency brake, and the train screeches to a halt. She manages to pull Serena to the space between cars and barricade the door, but the angry mob immediately starts beating at the glass. The only chance Serena and her son have at survival is to jump from the train into the dark night, but she won't do it. So June makes the hard choice like she always has to. And when the throng breaks the glass as the train starts to chug back to life, she pushes her former mistress off the train. The following day, the train arrives in Alaska, where a flag with 2 stars flies. June walks into town, where she finds a new refugee camp for herself and baby Nicole to stay. To her surprise, one of the nurses in the town is her mother, Holly. The two reunite and hug.